You guys, I think we're going to get started here. I know you have your final advisory meetings right after this, so I certainly want you to be able to get to those. I just want to say the obvious. You know, our May Day event kicks off Senior May every year, and never in my entire career did I imagine that I would be doing a Senior May event kickoff like this one. I think we're all doing a great job. The digging deep thing is no longer a casual saying for me. I think every day we get up and we, figure out, okay, here we go. What do I have on the schedule? And that doesn't mean we're not struggling at the same time. So I just want to say to all of you, of all the senior classes that I've worked with, the class of 2020, you guys are remarkable. And you are doing a fantastic job at a job that none of us thought anyone was going to need to do. And I think that it's a hallmark to your strength and to your perseverance for sure, but also just your kindness and your caring for one another and for yourselves, that you really can dig deep and figure out how to be sad and to make meaning out of this at the same time. I just am so proud of you. And every time I talk to the faculty and, certainly to the deans and to Dr. Eshu, we think of you every day. We're so proud of you, and you are going to have a unique place in King's history, to be sure. And I just want you to know how much we love you and are proud of you, and know that you will be stronger because of this and be one of the most remarkable classes we've had, So I also want to say that in terms of this event is an old one. It's very, very old. It goes back to when Low Haywood was just, itself a girls' school, and the tradition was kept on as the mergers, King, Low Haywood, and Thomas, took place. And it is a very special event at which the seniors and those who have taught them and worked with them and cared about them have a moment together. And so, here we are having a moment together, and we're going to hear today from the head of school. This is traditionally the head's event. The head kicks off for the seniors what is their May experience. And so Dr. Eshu will speak, and I'll have a few more things to say. We'll hear from Miss Yelton, who is your senior dean, and she'll talk a little bit about the Senior May project that you guys are all going to begin. And I'll then introduce Jake Cohen. Normally the president of the class does not speak. This is just the head's breakfast. But I think you all know what an important role Jake Cohen has played in, trying to keep everyone together and really playing a leadership role that he didn't expect to have to play. So I really would like him to address the class, and then I'll close out and we'll head to advisory, and there will be more to come, okay? So with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Eshu for her comments.
Okay, thanks, Marnie. Hi, everybody. It's really, 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 really good to keep scrolling through and seeing all of you. It's so good to have everybody in the same place, especially. And, shout out to all of us who are wearing something in the pastel range to celebrate spring. I closed my window so I don't have to look at the kind of unspring-like weather out there today. So instead, I just chose a new background before we started that looks kind of springy. I have to say, Marnie, I think, put it so beautifully when she said that you are a class that knows how to do the both and. This is both frustrating, disappointing, and sad, and it's joyful, and it's warm, and it's full of a lot of love. And right now, wherever you are, on however you're looking at your screen right now, one of the things just to remember, and I hope that you really carry this with you, is that you are quite literally right now surrounded by love. The people who are on this Zoom today are the people who have cared enough about you to go above and beyond. And I'm certainly talking about your teachers, my colleagues. I heard this from you in the senior exit conversations, that this is a group of colleagues who really go out of their way to make sure that you know that they've got you and that's everything. But as you look around, the other thing I also think is important for you to remember is that you're loved by one another. And while I realize that a lot of times at school, you know, we're all about kind of the hardcore and we've got work to do and there's going to be work to do today and things are still going to happen. And we should be proud of the really hard work that we do together. We all make amazing things happen as a result, and there is never any substitute for hard work. And when that hard work is grounded in love, it's deeper, it's more meaningful, and it's something that we get to carry forward with us as we go out into the world. At some point soon, I don't know when it's going to be, but there will be a point when even if I have to be wrapped in bubble wrap, I will be able to hug every single one of you as I give you a diploma. It's going to happen. I don't know when, I just know it's going to happen, and it will be in person. Because especially for a school like ours, that human connection is the reason why we're able to go on. That human connection is the reason why we got up a little extra early today. Although I have to say, I think 9 a.m. is a much better time than 7:30 a.m. for a breakfast, if anybody's listening. I have to say that. But really, those human connections are the reasons why our school is the best school. It is. And I think that in many ways, as hard as these last couple of months have been, I'm reminded by an event like this in particular that the reason why we say all of these things about perseverance and kindness and integrity is because they're true. And I have so much gratitude for each and every senior in the class of 2020 for the ways in which we brought that to bear. And again, living in that difficult space of the both and. So again, I'm just sending all my love out to you all. And again, bubble wrap or not, there will be connection once again, and we will see each other. And my God, it's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it so much. I hope that your day to day is wonderful. And you know, just like you shared how much you appreciate all that your teachers have done for you with me during your conversations, please make sure that you take some time, not just today, but I think over the next couple of weeks in particular, to tell the people who really mean the most to you that that's the case. It's great when it's in your head. It's better when you share it with the person who needs to hear it. Okay. So thanks everybody. Have a great day today. Much love. Marnie, over to you.
Thank you so much. I want to hand it over to your amazing president, Mr. Cohen. I want to make sure you're unmuted. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, hello. Hi, thank you, Ms. Sadlowsky.
Yeah, you look awesome.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. So hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well, and I'm just very grateful that you were all here because it means that you're all in good health, and that is a blessing. I won't sit here and try to say that we haven't lost a lot. I know we all have, and some of us have lost a lot more than others, and there are different ways of looking at what is happening and how to go through this, and everybody processes and feels things in different ways. But as separate as we are all going through a challenge together. We have all lost a lot already, and it hurts, but for the most part, it appears we have continued on and forged ahead. And we may lose more, but with each thing we lose, we gain something, and that is resiliency. With each setback and hardship that we face and bounce back from, we are gaining resilience for the life ahead of us. We'll be able to better recover and adapt to the challenges that we will face later in life. We'll have more of an ability to be there for our loved ones when they need someone to lean on. Whether you realize it or not, we are building a reservoir of strength that will allow us to better support and understand each other and the people outside of King. There's some truths and things you can only learn and realize by enduring pain. While right now a lot of us may be lost in a painful nostalgia, know that those amazing times of deep connection and pure joy will return in different and new ways. In this current challenge will become a pair of glasses for our hearts and minds to see every moment with more gratitude, passion, and kindness when we return to being in each other's presence. It's exciting how much we will savor the simple joys of each other's company. But right now we are still in this challenge, and all we can do is adapt and find new joys to savor. The basic things right now, like health, a roof over our heads, meals on the table, and family, are all things to find gratitude in and enjoy. We just have to keep doing the things that we can to grow as individuals for both ourselves and for those around us. Friedrich Nietzsche, I think it's pronounced, said, "There will always be rocks in the road ahead of us. There will be stumbling blocks or stepping stones. It all depends on how you use them." I miss you guys, I love you guys, and we will get through this one stepping stone at a time. I hope everyone and their families are staying safe and positive. I think about you guys every day, and I just smile thinking about the courage that you guys have. Thank you for being the people you are, and I love all of you and King with all my heart. Thank you guys.
That was great.
Thank you.
I know you guys are doing shout outs in the chat, and a lot of you have shout outs to do for teachers. I think one of the ways that, you've all been showing your strength is through finding ways to be grateful. And what you're shouting out is exactly, Jake, how I feel about you and through you for the class. I just think I'm so grateful to see you on my screen and that we're healthy and we're here. And I know that that is not true for so many people. I just, I want to, before we switch over to more operational details about how May is going to go, I want to say that this is a perfect time to send emails to teachers who have meant something to you and who have shaped your life and your journey at King. You are seniors. Some of you have been here forever. You're lifers. Some of you are mini lifers. Some of you came in high school. But all of you have been deeply impacted by, as Jake said, King. You love King, but there are teachers, I'm sure, who have stood out for you in your journeys. Please use the month of May to reach out to those teachers and give them shout outs. It doesn't take a ton of energy to just send a couple sentences, and it means so much. And I also want to encourage you to think about your middle and lower school teachers if you were here in those divisions. Those are some incredibly powerful parts of your life, and it means so much to those teachers who feel so much a part of your journey to hear from you if you have something to say to them. So that is something I just want you to think about. Miss Yelton, do you want to transition us into the part of the breakfast where we talk a little bit about May and anything kids need to remember about May projects and APs and how that is going?
Yep. Again, I want to echo everyone's sentiments. It's so amazing to see you. And again, makes me sad because we would have been in a class meeting where I would be sending you off, right, to leave campus and do your projects. And who knew back in March when we all went off on spring break, we were doing that early. So again, I really want you to use these projects. I know it's a little bit weirder now as the gift of time because we all seem to have endless amounts of that at times during all of this. But really treat it. Those of you who are totally going to be, dropping all of your classes as of today, your last couple of classes that you have today, or whether you have multiple APs you're still practicing, preparing for, is to use this time to take a break. It might be a cognitive break. It might be a time, some of you are building gardens, to get out in your backyard, hopefully when the sun comes out, and just take advantage of that, of just sort of that gift of time, taking a break. You've all well earned it at this point. And we're so proud of the work that you've done and will continue to do on your projects. And in that regard, in about a week, so after you kind of have next week and your projects, another email will be coming out. And again, about a week or two, we want to see you. We want to celebrate what you're doing. So we're going to be requesting a photo of you doing your senior project, a video, a short blurb. We'd like to know and share with the community all the amazing things that you guys are doing, even though, again, you're not here, but you're still a part of our community. And we want to continue to celebrate you through this month of May. And in regards to that, please, I just have a plea, please check your email. Still check your email on a regular basis. It's our only point of contact. Now you're not going to be an advisory every morning. We want to stay in touch. So again, I wish you all the best. You're an amazing class. And again, Dr. Eshu and Miss Ella, I want to see you all in person, and that will happen. We don't know when yet, but I want to have that. I'm always the one there at graduation who kind of escorts you into the tent and said, wishes you well and sends you off. And that will happen. So before I get too emotional.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Yelton. I know that we have 10 more minutes only, but I want to ask if there are any statements that anyone else in the class would like to make, either to the teachers or to each other, or anyone would like to say anything at all. You may unmute yourselves. Teachers too.
I guess I'll say something quickly.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi. So, as some of you might know, I've pretty much been at King for like all 18 years of my life, because like my mom's worked here, and it's basically been like a second home to me this entire time. And I guess just what I want to say is that, like, even though we can't be there in person with everyone right now, there's just not another group of students or another group of teachers that I'd rather like go out with after all these years, because like you guys have basically become, since I've spent like I'd say probably the majority of my time like at this school, into like you guys have all just pretty much become like a second family to me, like over all these years. And even if like you just came to King last year, like I know some of you did, or if you've been with or if I've been with you through like ever since pre-K, like I know some of you have, I just want to say thank you for everyone, for everything you've done, both students and teachers. And just like, yeah, I hope we can all get together, and I'd be able to see you guys all soon.
Thank you,
Thank
Patrick.
you, Patrick.
Hey everyone, can you hear me? I'm just shouting out.
Yes.
Yeah? A special shout out, because I see so many of the, I don't know whether I'll see you all together like this again, but if we were holding like a teaser assembly for the choir, I would probably say a shout out to the seniors that have been in choir and in productions throughout the 4 years. Thank you for all that. Soon you guys will be seeing little videos from us where I'll talk more about the specific seniors. But I also would like to say that even if you weren't in performing arts, especially to the seniors most recently that have completed their performing arts participation credit, some of you that have not been involved at all, submitted wonderful, wonderful papers about the reviews of the Addams Family. And I know Blake Waldner's not here, but he submitted an awesome video reviewing it. I just want to say that from dealing with all of you in classes and stuff and my advisory, I've just been so proud of the way that you've been handling yourselves over this time. It's been a real pleasure. I hope that you will all stay in touch. And I just want to give a special shout out to my advisory, that even though today's our last day, we're going to continue to meet a couple of days of the week in the afternoon as per your choice. So best to all of you. And this is just a little step in your future, and everything. You'll look back on this years from now, and it will just be a long list, part of a long list of memories, I guess is what I want to say. And your resiliency through this, you'll see, will be life-changing for you. So, wow.
Thank you, Dr. Martino. And as I sent out yesterday, the heads up about the chat feature, if you would all like to write the thank yous to the teachers that you had in mind, any ones that you can think of, if you'd just like to type a little note of gratitude in the chat, or yeah, using the chat feature. I know that a lot of people signed up on that spreadsheet, just some names that they were thinking of writing down. So if we could just take a little time right now to do that. Thank you.
While folks are writing in the chat, does anyone have anything else they would like to say?
When I met y'all as sophomores, I knew that this was a special class, and we tend to say that, right? That each class is special in its own way, but I have never seen minds like you have, and I've never seen the work ethic that y'all have. It's just incredible, and we are so proud of you in every single way for persevering through this, for your kindness. You are the class of 2020, and there's, I think, going to be some hindsight down the road that you're going to be able to help us through the next phases of whatever is unfolding before us. And we cannot be prouder of the future that you're going to create for everyone. And I thank you for your work and your minds and your and for being your teacher. It's been an honor.
I'm scrolling through looking at your gorgeous faces.
I'll say something if no one else is going. Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So May 1st is a special date for a lot of different reasons around the world, but for my little universe, May 1st is deposit day. So it's the day when everyone has kind of made their final decision. We close the book on the senior class knowing that you've all found your homes for the next 4 years. And I have to say, you guys completely rocked it this year. I am putting together my report right now on kind of how our year has gone, and you have all just blown every statistic on all of my charts and graphs out of the water. And, you know, obviously it's not numbers on a page that is what makes you special. It's the way that we've seen you guys come together to support each other and cheer each other on. You've celebrated and mourned together, and just been such an incredible class for me and for our office to really watch and support. And the amazing colleges that you're all attending are just so lucky to have you, and we will really miss you.
All right. So it's 9:28. I know some of you are still doing shout outs in the chat. This is being recorded, so be able to see this again and see the chat. If you would like to continue sending your shout outs to your teachers directly, that would be fantastic. I just want to echo what Ms. Yelton said about checking your email. There are lots of decisions that are going, and announcements that will be made as we are able to make them, about cum laude, about prize day, about prom, about certainly commencement and senior parents night. We've been working hard on an event for that. So all the things that happened in May will happen. It's not an if, it's a when, and in what form. So please know that we will get together, as Dr. Eshu said. We hope we are not bubble wrapped, but you know, we will get together in person to celebrate you. And I mean that both for commencement and for prom, okay? I mean, so there's such some things that have to happen in person. In terms of prize day, we are arranging a special prize day for senior prize recipients only. So there are lots of plans that are in the works. And if you check your emails regularly, I will also be sending out letters just to seniors and their families, because this is your month and you'll have your own events that are happening. So, we will announce the valedictorian, we will talk about senior speaker, we will talk about all of those things. So please do check your emails, and we're going to march forward through May with the same confidence and grace and humanity that you've already shown and that you've heard certainly Jake and others echo. So with that, it is a 9:30, and I am going to ask that you switch over to your advisory meetings and, share some love in your smaller groups. And I look forward to seeing you again in person and in other forms online. And I think at the end of all this, we may decide we never want to Zoom again ever, but it is certainly a great blessing that at least in this medium, we can see all your faces. Dr. Eshu, do you want to close us out?
Sure. We'll do it quickly. I'm just sending you out with all of the love from all of us to all of you. Hooray for the class of 2020. You guys are the best, and quite amazing models for all of us adults in terms of the ways that you're handling this, and especially the ways in which you're leaning into each other. So keep doing that. Love you guys. Miss you guys so much. Take care.
Love you
Have a good
guys.
rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jake.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good job, you guys. Bye.
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 Bye.